It's a mess in this attic.
What's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2020. I almost said 2013. Where has the time gone?
Lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic. Come on up and join, we getting wild, getting manic. Spitting truth for all you fanatics. Every week got something new to say. Ain't no filter, this shit coming straight from the brain. It's coming straight from the brain. Yeah, it's coming straight from the brain.
What's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. This is, of course, a Talk in the Attic, which means I'm your host, Kirk Ross. We have a very busy week here at Ross HQ. Let's start with Jessica. She's riding super high after a very decisive victory yesterday in court. There's a family law case. And now that these cases are simulcast on YouTube as a result of COVID, we now are bringing to you something that we're calling courtcenter.
So, I mean, he's just going to play games and continue to play games until someone orders him to pay. That's just the type of guy he is. This is going to continue happening until he's ordered to pay, because that's just how he is.
Wow, she really laid it on thick, didn't she, folks? Feels good to watch a champion at her craft, doesn't it? Awesome job, J. Rose. Almost all of us need legal help at some point in life, and if that ever happens to you, more like when it happens to you, please don't hesitate to contact J. Ross, Jessica Ross Law. Some of you are probably thinking, hey, I wonder if Jessica could help me get out of that parking ticket when I accidentally parked downtown in a metered spot in 2019. Let me answer that for you. Absolutely not. Good luck with your parking ticket. Jessica would probably be able to help you in some capacity, but why don't we reserve her advisory capacity for things of a little bit higher stakes in nature? Okay. Sounds good. One last thing about Jess. Oh my goodness, I'm gushing. She's a great advocate for you and also kind of a huge nuisance for the adversary. And those two things combined with her ethics and her drive and her honesty and her commitment to justice make her an awesome lawyer. And did I mention she basically supports this thing financially? Speaking of support, I would urge you to check out patreon.com/atalkintheattic, where you can choose from 2 support tiers, one at $5 and one at $20. Let's break that down a little bit. Since August 2020, which is when I put the Patreon up, the prices have been $5 and $20. Now, over that same exact amount of time, gasoline has gone up 29%. The $2,000 stimulus check was only $1,400. And the cost of a 2x4 has nearly doubled. So, what does that mean to everyone here? Yes, in the back.
We're on the verge of an economic collapse?
Well, no, I mean, yes, we probably are on the verge of an economic collapse, but there's something even bigger than that, and that is gasoline prices have risen, benefits have dropped, cost of goods has gone up. But the Talk in the Attic is the same price as it always has been, which proves my assertion that a chair at the Talk in the Attic table is the best investment you can do with your money right now. And I'm saying this very seriously because it's such an absurd concept. Sure, cryptocurrency's fun, but who wants 2-factor authentication? Guess what doesn't have 2-factor authentication? A Talk in the Attic Patreon. That's right. Which means it's not only easier for you to support, but it also is easier for someone else to break in and support on your behalf. Normally, I'm not for white-collar crime, but if it's going to benefit the show, well, I mean, who am I to turn away $1 from a fan, right? But enough nonsense. Back to what you came for, and that's juicy attic content. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here this week. We already talked about Jessica's victory. I just wrapped up an interview with Grand Rapids Poet Laureate Kid Kane. Of course, the first question I got to for her is, what in the F is a laureate? If you are wondering what that is, or if you already know and are just interested in poetry and self-expression, holy smokes, are you in for a treat this upcoming Friday? I'm still buzzing a little bit from our sit-down. It was awesome. So tune in Friday. You'll hear a little bit about Kid's story. You hear a lot about poetry, a little bit about the Grand Rapids art scene, and more than anything, you'll experience some spoken word up close and personal, which is a pretty powerful medium. So that's going on. Now, later in Friday, I'll drop the show early on Friday. Later that night, the Street Brokers, you remember them as Chris and Rick Thompson, Chris Loves Rap or Rick the Ruler. They make up part of the Street Brokers. In fact, might as well wear the hat. I've been wearing this hat everywhere, by the way. Street Brokers hat. I look like a hockey coach or something. Get in there, Jimmy. Jesus, mix it up a little bit. Get in the boards, why don't you, huh? First time anyone's ever talked hockey in the Street Brokers hat, probably, but that's just me providing racial, kind of racial normative shit, so maybe I shouldn't do that, right? But Rick and Chris are coming up here, and they're going to produce an entire beat from scratch and then freestyle over top of that beat. And it's really the first of a series, which I hope to be a permanent series, and that is a real focus on music here in the attic. The studio is built to be a recording space for music. The vibe is cool. I really intend to make this a kind of tiny desk vibe where bands come through Grand Rapids and play here, freestyle here, do whatever they want to do up here. But of course, COVID slowed all the travel down and the touring and all that. Hopefully that's coming to an end soon. Of course, we're all still dealing with that though. Anyway, think about this. Kid Kane was here today, the poet laureate. She was up in the studio today. I got Chris and Rick Thompson coming up here on Friday. And this is all for a podcast called The Talk in the Attic, which is named after, of course, Shel Silverstein's 1981 classic, A Light in the Attic. Awesome book. I actually have it over there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a very poetic, rhyme-based, lyrical heavy week here in the attic. And so if there's ever been a time to make an episode devoted to poetry, I feel like it's today, right? So let's do that. But first, of course, we'll have to start the show. So let's start the show. Hey, good play out there, Jimmy. Hey, whoa, hey, check it up. Good job. Hey, way to hit the boards out there, Jimmy. Jesus. Come on, ref, are you blind? What, do you need a pair of binoculars out there, ref? He clearly is hooking them, eh? Christ almighty. What? That was fun. I was acting like a hockey coach. Impromptu. How'd I do? I've never actually met a hockey coach, I don't think. Actually, that's not true. Joe Connors. What's up, Joe? Congratulations on the new Toyota. Dope looking vehicle. I'm sure you engineered the shit out of it. Okay, folks. Welcome back. It's a very specific episode today. It's all about poetry. So here's the format. I've written 3 unique poems. Really a few more than that if you include a series of haiku. But 3 unique poems. All of them about poetry. You heard that right. These are poems about poetry. I've also created 3 unique songs, each of which was inspired by the type of poetry that would best be recited over top of that song. Each of these songs have its own vibe. I did make all of them on my MIDI controller, this keyboard looking thing back here. So I kind of cheated a little bit, but I did make them from scratch. And of course, my aspiration is to, within a year or so, to be able to play all of these things. Instead of using electronic drums, I could actually play this beat on the drums. Most of the beats today are pretty simple. I could probably get there now, but you know what I'm saying. I cheated a little bit today. Eventually, these will be acoustically recorded, hopefully all by yours truly, but we'll see. Maybe we have to get a house band. Maybe Pat Tanner will be my Paul Schaefer. Who knows? Not making any promises. Pat's certainly not making promises, despite the numerous contract negotiations. And by negotiations, I mean continually asking him if he'll be my Paul Schaefer, and then no responses. I hope you're still okay, Pat. Like I said, each of these songs was created specifically to a type of poetry, so it's going to be a song based on a type of poetry, featuring poems about that type of poetry. I mean, is this meta enough for you yet? First up, I'm going to recite beatnik. It's going to be over top of an upright bass, an organ, and some percussion instruments. You can all picture beatniks. Let's do this thing. The beatnik era lived for 20 years, from World War II into Vietnam fears. We can picture the beatnik inside our minds, think beret-wearing potheads with communist designs. But the beat was much more than reefer and protest. It was a collective disgust with our national progress. Intellectual kids disillusioned by war and their parents' materialism and so much more. So they took to the night and they created fresh art that scoffed at the money in lieu of their hearts. An American Renaissance rooted in Buddha, Forget the establishment for seeing right through you. Express your inner angst or explode like a shell. Shout your love and your fear about the modern man's hell. Walk the bass line, Billy. Hit the bongos, Jack. This one's for Aldous, the Doors, and for Kerouac. For proving that words, when aimed the right way, can speak truth to power, and for that it could slay. So hand us the torch and we'll haul it ahead and attack with our bullets where words are our lead. A little tribute there. I was emotional a little bit, actually. A little tribute there to the beatnik poets. If you're my age, when you think of a beatnik, you imagine only one character in your mind. The stereotypical beatnik is, of course, say it with me now, Judy from Doug. Yeah, Doug Funny's sister, Judy. She was awesome. She went to like a special art school. She was always carrying the bongos, wearing the beret and the sunglasses, always permanently under a spotlight. Even the produced that way, permanently under a spotlight. By the way, Jessica and I recently watched the first 2 episodes of Doug on Disney Plus or some shit. Holy smokes, is that an incredible show. If you have kids, definitely expose it to them, especially those early ones. And if you're just looking for some old-fashioned nostalgia, check it out. It's all about finding your confidence and your self-esteem during those years where both of those things are very hard to find. And everyone was different colors and different races, and it's cool. Everyone, it's cool. It's a good show. Check it out. And while you're there, check out Judy, of course, the beatnik. Okay. Now let me travel to one of my favorite places, Japan, for a series of haiku. Or is it a series of haikus? I don't know. Over blocks and bells and some flutes. And of course, the gong. Haiku is quite short. Syllables, 5, 7, 5. Don't forget nature. Form born in Japan. In many ways, I was too. In I crawled. Back home I flew. Fuchsia fracks my eyes. It's springtime in Shinjuku. Shall we meet there soon? Always a fun format, the haiku. There's something about a poem with such a strict syllabic. Is that a word, syllabic? A strict syllable format. It kind of doesn't leave you with a lot of options. It kind of forces efficient creativity. That's cool. You've got 3 lines. You've got 17 total syllables, 5, 7, 5. And you have to include a word that's jarring or cracking. And then something else called a kaigo, which is a seasonal reference. So that doesn't leave you with a lot of wiggle room. You just got to put your pen down and write the damn thing. Write some haiku, people. Or maybe it's haikus. Either way, write them. Share them. Let's do it. And now for one last form of poetry, the one I'm most nervous about, but the one that I had the most exposure to, and that is, of course, hip-hop, baby. Let's do this shit. Oh, wait, I definitely should wear my Street Brokers hat, but not in a hockey kind of way, you know. Guys, I have to take off between the second and third periods because I actually have a live gig down at the Apollo Theater. I'm a rapper as well. Okay, good luck. Watch out for that ref on the left wing. He's a bastard. Freestyle time. Not really freestyle, kind of freestyle. Hip-hop time. Hardest part now, though, is thinking of rhymes. I got my computer desk and the webcam and speakers and mics, but if that's the best I can rap, well...
Fuck my life.
Talking hip-hop, talking rap, talking dirty South screw chopped and trap. Big ups to Biggie and same to Gucci Mane, but no ups to Wayne, but he's on the Trump train. But Weezy's smart and he saw his chance, said fuck his fans and asked Donald to dance. Best of both worlds though in the end, because Bone first lost, Widow Wayne got pardoned. Real talk though, we gotta be straight. I'm seeing so much news about the racial debate. I know a chef getting canceled old because she's white. Folks be sliding over Asian delights and canceled over fuss. She was canceled over pho. Down with the cause, but man, what the fuck? So let me be clear before this gets out of hand. I'm not appropriating music by the black man. This is supposed to be a tribute, an homage of sorts in contextual dispute. Appropriating this and profiting off that power dynamics all built on Bob Glass. So we get a little guilty and we do a lot better than liking rap and wearing BLM sweaters. So let's activate and share instead of steal, y'all. Let's twist up the labels and proceed with the heel, y'all. Music will do it and poetry will too. So let's get together with people different than you and let's discuss the pain, people, and we'll turn it into art. We'll commiserate with the folks who were disadvantaged from the start. It's a rap about rap. It's a poem about poems. Spit nonsense and fast to your domes. Thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for listening me spout. Now there's only one thing left. That's for me to say, peace out. Big ups to Jay Bros also for helping with this track. Woo! It's stank. I know it's pretty basic, but it's kind of cool. And also,
There's no snare in my headphones. There's no snare. Oh, you know, I forgot. It's not the headphones. Nothing technical. So I forgot to put snare in there. Damn it.
there's a little bit of snare. It's a funky snare. Ooh, stinky. Ooh, it's crunchy. Nasty. Nasty, Mr. Nasty. Oh, rapping. Mr. Nasty's rapping. Don't let me catch you napping. I'm Mr. Nasty. He's rapping like a bastard. He's rapping so fast that I barely even heard him. Is that fast? That's fast and nasty, cause nasty takes it slow. It gets real down and dirty, likes it slow. Takes his time. So anything fast is fast and time. Nasty.